It's your girl Kanya, back with another one. How y'all doing out there today? I'm a little tired. I don't know about y'all, but I am tired. I'm sleepy actually. Sitting here waiting on a load. Decided to drop this video down. I know people are wondering. I wanted to clear this up. A lot of my videos that I do a lot of videos for newbies, new drivers that just jumped out here and really don't know much of nothing and really don't know where to go to ask the questions, because I was a newbie before. I mean, we all been there. We all had to start somewhere. So there is no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as what you do know and what you don't know. It's okay because like me, I went to school for trucking, and I'm not sure if going to school really helped me, but I did get my CDLs, yes, 2 weeks, 2 days. But I didn't learn a lot in school. And I know it's a lot of people out there just like me that went to school for trucking and then really didn't learn too much of nothing. I didn't get my experience until I actually got out on the road and start actually doing what we were talking about in class. Yeah, you do your driving test at class, you take the test at class, and then you choose a company, and then you go out and you still don't know nothing. And I mean, I didn't know anything. I worked a GPS before, but not a trucking GPS. I had traveled before, but not to a pickup or a drop off. Didn't do any of those things. So when I got into trucking, everything was a new experience for me. I did some of those things with a trainer, but depending on what kind of trainer you get, your experience can be very, very good. But if you get a bad trainer, your experience can be very, very bad. And it could also, if you get a bad trainer, it could possibly make you want to change your mind. But if you get with the right trainer and you get the right knowledge and you get the right confidence in yourself, and you build relationships. My trainer that trained me, we're still friends today. It's 12 years later and we're still friends. It took me to get a second trainer before I decided I wanted to be into trucking, because my first trainer almost killed us. Put it that way. She almost killed us. To the point I didn't want to do trucking. I was scared. I was like, no, I ain't doing this. This is too much for me. They'll just throw you out of here. They'll just throw you out here and give you somebody that's been training only 6 months. And it's really, really scary. So for me, going up in the mountains, and I go up in the mountains and I get up there, and this trainer that you give me has only been driving trucks for 6 months, but now she's training me. So to me, that's not a lot of time to show me trucking or put my life in somebody's hands that's only been trucking for 6 months. So at the time, my very first company was Warner. So I decided that I didn't want to do trucking anymore because of that one bad experience. But I also said that if I was going to do this and work for them, they had to give me somebody that had been trucking for at least 10 years. So the second trainer that I had taught me everything I know, and she was excellent. I mean, even when I was getting upset and was giving up, she encouraged me to keep going. She encouraged me. She made things put things in different terms for me. And she had little tips for me to help me with backing and different things. So, because she shared those with me, I'm able to share them with you. So these are my little 5 tips that I use on a day-to-day basis. I use these tips probably every day. Everything in trucking is backwards. So if you're thinking everything is going to go forward, no, trucking is kind of like reversed. When it comes to sliding your tandems, it is reversed. And what I mean by that is, like, if I'm in the third hole and I'm trying to go to the fifth hole, I'm not going to put my truck in reverse. I'm going to put my truck in first gear to go forward. Trucking is a reverse thing. Everything is reversed on you. Your fifth wheel is reversed. If you're trying to slide your fifth wheel, which is hell sometimes to do, it's the same way. You're trying to go forward, you put your gear in reverse, and it's vice versa. Everything is backwards in trucking, which nobody tells you that in the beginning. Nobody told me that in the beginning, but when I found out that a lot of things that what you do in trucking is reversed, it kind of opened up my mind a little bit, and things started to make sense to me, because things wasn't making sense at first. Like, okay, I put it this way, but it go this way, and you out there sliding your tandems. Oh, you done went to the third hole, you was trying to go to the fourth hole, you was in the 10th hole, you was trying to go to the 8th hole, and everything is just not going the way you planned. So, you know, for the newbies out here, when you're sliding those tandems, and if you're trying to go forward, you put that gear in reverse. This is how you get to the gear that you're trying to get to, because everything far as sliding is in reverse. So that is a little tip that will take you a long way, because now you're not going to be out there jumping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if you learn your trailer, and look out your rear view, you can kind of see if you moved a little bit. If you move, you'll kind of count. Me, I count when I'm sliding. When I begin to slide, I go 1, 2. That's because I'm only just trying to go to a second hole, and it usually lands me right where I need to be. So that is a very, very helpful tip for anybody that's trying to slide their tandems, because it can be very, very tricky in sliding your tandems. So is your fifth wheel. If you have a fifth wheel slide in your truck, it makes it very easy to slide. And I always suggest that you get you some lubricant oil, lubricant spray, some degreaser. I usually spray that on every trailer that I get. It helps me with the landing gear. I spray it on both legs. I also spray it on my fifth wheel, because it helps that, you know how you slide, that fifth wheel hasn't been, if you get in a truck and it hasn't been slid in years and it's been in the same spot, when you get ready to slide it, it's gonna bang, like boom. I mean boom, a hit. But if you breeze it down, and I'm gonna tell you another trick of the trade that I have too. Some Dawn dish liquid in a water bottle. Get you a water bottle, punch a hole in it, and you can spray it in there. Dawn will break down the grease for you for an easy slide. That is another tip that I use out here. If I have ran out of my spray, I always keep Dawn dish liquid on my truck, because when I get to the truck stop, sometimes you can get to the truck stop and you look in the bucket and you got water, but there's no bubbles to get the bugs off your windows. I have my Dawn dish liquid. I drop it right down in the bucket, and I'm helping the driver that's behind me too, because he's probably coming to wash his windows too. And it breaks down a lot of stuff on your windows, your truck, and everything. So I keep my Dawn dish liquid. It helps with a lot of stuff. Okay, so that was it on the sliding with the tandems and the fifth wheel. Okay, another tip. When you're backing your truck up, always turn your wheel towards the problem. This trick right here that I was given helped me back my truck up anywhere I wanted it to go, because everybody that has been a truck driver has started with day one. Nobody came out here and knew exactly what to do. Nobody came out here and knew exactly how to back up. You had to learn how to do it. You wasn't born a truck driver, you became a truck driver. So you had to learn some tips of your own. When you're backing up your truck, always look out your window, when you're looking out your rearview mirrors, if you see that trailer is going over here to the left, and that's not where you're trying to go, you're trying to go to the right, turn your wheel to the left. Watch what your trailer does. If you're trying to go, if your trailer is going to the right, and that's not where you want to go, turn your wheel to the right and watch. Just try it, and I guarantee you it will help you when it's time to back that truck up. You will find yourself backing your truck up better and better every day if you follow that tip. That tip is to help you get your trailer aligned for you to back up. Because it takes time to learn how to do straight line backing. It takes time to do alley docking. It takes time to do those things. So the more you do it, the more you're going to get better at it. But you got to keep trying. When you're at the truck stop, and especially early in the morning, I used to do this all the time when I first started trucking. Early in the morning, I would pick a spot that I knew I could not get into, just to see what my truck would do, what my trailer would do, so I can learn the different ways that the truck turns. So when I get in one of those tight spots and I need to go to the right, to go to the left, go to the right, go to the left, if I need to do that, then I know exactly what my truck is going to do, because I've already been practicing for a while, learning myself. When you go to the truck stop early in the morning, there's nobody there. You know, people already head out, so you got all the time, all the space. You don't even have a whole bunch of people watching you, because it's not that many people out there. So practice while you're at the truck stops. Practice makes perfect. And even sometimes, and you probably can ask 100 drivers this question. When you're tired, it takes a lot more to back up a truck than when you're not. You could have been out here 15, 20 years, but if you're tired and you're trying to back your truck up, it takes a little bit longer to back that truck up, especially when you're tired. It happens to all of us. It's not just happening to you, it's happening to all of us. All of us, we're tired. It takes us a little bit longer to back that truck up because a little bit more concentration and everything. So remember, these tips that I'm giving you, I don't know if it's going to help you, but it might help somebody else that just started trucking. And that's what I'm out here for, to help the people that just started trucking. Another tip. When you first started trucking, please, 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 please. I don't know if they're teaching you this in school, or if they're teaching you this at where you work at, to sit your ass in the middle lane. No, because all you're going to do is get a whole bunch of angry drivers. And if you're just starting trucking, you already concentrating on everything else that's going on around you. Why do you have to be where you got trucks bunking at you, passing you, swerving on you? You don't want that. Especially when the speed limit is 70 miles per hour, 75 miles per hour. And you know, as a truck driver, we only get 2 lanes. The far right and the middle. We're not allowed in some states to go in the fast lane. And that's in some states. So why hinder your other truckers? Like, why do that to your other truck drivers? Have some respect for the other truck drivers that can do the speed limit. The truck drivers that can do the speed limit, give them that room so they can go ahead and go on by their business. They don't want to be sitting there behind you X amount of time trying to get around the guy that's doing the right thing that's in the slow lane, and you're sitting in the middle lane. Now we have no way out. You have to, in trucking, we all look for ways out, especially in different situations. We all look for a way out. And you sitting in the middle lane and the truck that's in the far right lane, we can't get around you because we're not allowed to go in the fast lane. So please, please, if your truck is not doing the speed limit, get your ass over there in the slow lane. Don't hold the rest of us up. Don't make it hard for us. We're supposed to be sticking together as a team. Trucking is getting really, really bad out here, and we need to stick together. That is not cool to be riding in the middle lane. That is not cool. That's another tip. Please, please. And I say this for all the truck drivers, trucks that are open and that can do the speed. Move out the way. That's all we asking. Just move out the way. If you're new to this game and your truck does not do 70 or the speed limit that is posted, get in the slow lane. And I'm not saying stay in the slow lane because the person in front of you, you go faster than them. I say get your ass in the middle lane, pass them, get back over in the slow lane. That's all. And I'm saying this for all the truck drivers, not just myself. Okay. Also, the mountains. This is a big one. For all you new truck drivers out there that's shifting gears, not the ones in the automatics, because you got some that's in the automatic, and if you ever have to get in a truck where you have to shift the gears, this is a tip you want to take with you. If you are a driver that goes through the mountains, whatever gear you went up in that mountain is the same gear you need to go down that mountain. I repeat, if your truck went up that gear in 6th gear, you need to make sure you're going down that gear to control your truck. A lot of these truck drivers that you see, they have to use the emergency ramp or burn out their brakes. One of the reasons for that is they went flying down that hill like a bat out of hell and didn't realize that they couldn't stop the truck. You don't want that on your record. You don't want that on your record. That is reckless driving. You don't want that on your record. You don't want that. So remember. If your truck went up that gear, if your truck went up that mountain and you were in 8th gear, you need to come down that mountain in 8th gear. Because if that truck chug-a-lugged all the way up in 3rd gear, that means the downfall is going to be just as worse as the up. Just as hard as the up. If your truck went up and it was doing 25 miles per hour going up that hill and you was in 7th gear, that means that downfall is going to be steep. Now, if you flew up that hill in 10th gear, hey, that means going down ain't going to be that bad. But if you had to chug a lug to get up there, especially if you were heavy, you want to slow that machine down, because you're not going to be able to stop that truck when you need to. If somebody jump out in front of you, anything can happen. If you lose your brakes, you're already flying. How you going to stop? So please, when you're going up the hill, remember, when you're going up the hill, when you're going up the mountains, if your truck went up that hill or that mountain in 7th gear, you need to come down that mountain in the same gear. It will save your life. Don't believe me? Just try it. Don't believe me? Just try it. Don't believe me? Just try it. I'm just giving you these gems. And if you knew, you need these, because these wasn't told to me. I learned these along the way from other truck drivers, from me being in a truck. I learned it. Now, if you're in automatic, it's gonna do it for you, unless you manually shifting your gears, which is possible. But again, if you went up that hill or that mountain in 6th gear, 5th gear, 7th gear, whatever gear, you need to come down that mountain in that same gear. Remember that, the same gear. Also, another tip. I had a friend of mine drop the trailer the other day, and the first thing I asked was, did you do your 1, 2, 3? Now, people think I'm crazy because I do the 1, 2, 3. And I do the 1, 2, 3 anytime I drop or pick up a trailer. Because I'm going to tell you something. The things that we go through out here and you mix in relationships, you mix in family, you mix in death, you mix in traffic, you mix in your own personal business, if you're running your own businesses or whatever you're doing. You put that all together, and then you get behind this wheel and you drive. You jump out, you went to drop your trailer, and you forgot something. You forgot one thing. Whether it was the lines were still connected, you forgot to let down the landing gear, or you forgot to check to see if the fifth wheel was latched or not. Because you just got a call that your grandmother just went in the hospital, or one of your businesses just got something just happened in one of your businesses, or you're not feeling good that day. You're just not feeling good today. You're not feeling it today. And it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. And you think that this never will happen to you. Oh, this will never happen to me. That's what you're thinking. Oh, this will never happen to me. But it will. And it has happened to the best of us. I have never dropped a trailer, but I came this close to doing it. I mean this close. I mean this close. This close. This close. This close to doing it. I had gotten some bad news that day, and I decided that I was never going to drop a trailer ever again. So at that point, this is when I started my 1, 2, 3. And this is what I mean by the 1, 2, 3 when you're picking up a trailer or you're dropping a trailer. I get out, I let down my landing gear, I pull my latch, my fifth wheel latch, and I unhook my lines. That's my 1, 2, 3. Before I'm done, I count 1, 2, 3. And then I do it again. 1, 2, 3. Before I get back in my seat. Because that's my mental. I'm doing it mentally. So that way I will never drop a trailer or pull out with my lines still attached. I never not let down the landing gear. None of that will happen. Long as I'm doing my 1, 2, 3. If you do your 1, 2, 3, you will never drop a trailer. You will never ever drop a trailer if you do your 1, 2, 3. Now, for you new people that's coming out, that is very, very critical that you do that, because you're still learning the game, and it's so easy to forget that I didn't let down my landing gear, or I didn't unhook my lines. Because if you unhook them lines and you take off, you popping everything back though, and now you're sitting. Now your money messed up. Now you're sitting waiting because somebody got to come out here and put some new lines, because you ain't finna move. You ain't got no air. So for the new people, please do that 1, 2, 3, because that's gonna save you from dropping a trailer. Every time, do it every single time. I still get up under my trailer and look to make sure that I'm latched. That's how it is for me. These are things I've been doing for years, so it has saved me to the point where I don't know why this shirt just looks so out of whack today, y'all. I look like I got something right now. But yes. So for your new people, you gotta make sure that you take these gems that I'm giving you and you lock them in, because it's gonna help you for the next months that you have out here on this road. I don't know if this is your first day, your first month, or your second month, or your third month, but these tips, if you do them in your everyday, you never ever have to worry about dropping a trailer, sitting out there trying to slide them tandems back and forth for 30 minutes to 20 minutes, just wasting more and more time. These tips that I've given you will help you not waste time and get to your money, because nobody wants to be dealing with I can guarantee you drop that trailer, that's your job. It ain't too many companies gonna keep you if you drop that trailer. That is, I done had 2 homeboys that I got fired for dropping a trailer. So I'm telling you, I'm telling you, do not drop a trailer. Do your 1, 2, 3, because that's gonna save you from dropping that trailer. And it's gonna, and just to recap things, when you're going up that mountain, whatever gear you're in, that's the gear you need to come down in. And remember, sliding your fifth wheel, sliding your tandems, everything is backwards. If you're trying to go forward, you need to put it in reverse. If you're trying to go in reverse, you need to be going forward. That is how it is in trucking. Everything is reverse. Nothing is straightforward way. It's just not. One more tip. For those of you that's trying to learn how to shift your gears, and you're a little rocky in shifting your gears, if you look at your miles per hour on your dashboard, and you will see, when you get to if you get to 15 miles per hour, if you add the 1 plus the 5, that gives you 6. That means you're supposed to be in 6th gear. If your miles per hour is 25, if you add the 2 plus the 5, you get 7. That's 7th gear, and so on and so on. If you get the 35, 3 plus 5 is 8. That's 8th gear. 45, 4 plus 5 is 9. That's 9th gear. 5 plus 5 is 10. That's 10th gear. Now, if you're in a 13 speed, I'll do another video. I got to freeze down. I'll do another video on a 13 speed, because that's another whole ball game. But if you got 10 speeds, just look at your miles per hour on your dash. And if you can't figure out what gear to go to, add those numbers together and pop that thing in gear. As simple as that. They might have not told you that, but you heard it here from Rush to Rate Trucking. Please like, subscribe to my channel, because I will be giving out more gems and more educational stuff for the new truckers out here, and for anybody that knows somebody that needs trucking. Also, I offer dispatch and bookkeeping services. If you know anybody need a dispatcher, you know anybody need bookkeeping, I offer those services as well on my website, www.rush2wait.com. And that is the word rush, R-U-S-H, the number 2, wait, W-A-I-T.com. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And I love you guys. And I am out.